This is the UE MINIROLL, a $60 ultra-portable Bluetooth speaker from Ultimate Ears, a sub-brand of Logitech. It has a unique strap design on the back, which is a lot more capable than I initially expected. It also sounds surprisingly good for its size. However, if you're planning on picking one of these up to add to an existing UE speaker collection, some software limitations might make you think twice. Now, this is the first of many small speakers that I'll be reviewing on this channel, and if you decide to pick one up, there's affiliate links in the video description that help to support these independent review videos, or alternatively, you can also just subscribe. That's completely free, and honestly, either one helps. All right, let's jump into the details. The obvious highlight for the build and design is the small size, which makes it really easy to bring this speaker along with you wherever you go. It's shaped a bit like a hockey puck, round and low, making it easy to slide into a bag and possibly even into a pants pocket if it's big enough. The top has a waterproof mesh fabric, and the bottom is made of hard plastic that has a slightly soft coating on it. Also on the bottom is one of the key selling points of this portable speaker, the strap. This enables you to attach the MINIROLL in a number of ways, and it's genuinely a cool feature. It's made of some strong, stretchy rubber, and it's attached with a screw at the bottom of the speaker. A fun little aside is that the screw used is a standard 1/4-20 mounting point, which means you could attach this to a standard tripod or a myriad of different camera accessories if for some reason you found a use case for that. The strap is useful in a few different ways. First, even if you just want to use this speaker on a table, the strap has some little feet on the bottom which help to cushion it and reduce vibrations. Based on the design, this speaker does vibrate a lot without that layer of cushioning, so I'm very happy that it's there. The only downside is that it also makes it a little bit less stable, but it's worth the trade-off. This strap naturally allows you to have a mounting point for a carabiner or another attachment mechanism. You can also unhook this top portion, letting the strap rotate freely and enabling you to hang the speaker up if you prefer. And finally, with it unhooked, you can wrap it around something like a post, the strap of a bag, or the handle of a cooler, and then reconnect it to provide a secure hold. This works with anything up to around 1 inch thick. It should be perfect for bike or scooter handlebars, attaching it to backpacks, purses, or coolers, or adding some music to the vertical posts of a golf cart. It is quite versatile and impressively durable. When I first took a look at how this all worked, I honestly had my doubts since there wasn't a clasp or something holding it closed more tightly. However, despite the soft, flexible rubber used in the middle, the portion that provides the hold at the top is made of solid plastic, and it can support a surprising amount of force. Obviously, everything has its limits, and if you stress these materials enough, they will eventually wear out. But in terms of capability on day one, I was impressed. There's a total of 5 colors available for the MINIROLL. This one is called Revive Gray, but there is also Majestic Blue, Calming Pink, Gentle Black, and Sand. Here are the dimensions as I measured them personally. It's nice and small, perfect for tossing into or attaching to a bag. It's also IP67 rated, which means that it can handle both dust and is waterproof in up to 1 meter of water for 30 minutes. Finally, it is drop proof for up to 1.2 meters. So just like with other UE speakers, physical durability is really solid. Moving to audio quality, I had pretty low expectations, but was pleasantly surprised. This speaker is pretty solid for the size. It is crisp and clear at lower volumes, and while not being super punchy in the bass and low ends, it still sounds pretty nice. Where the performance suffers though is when you turn the volume up. As you increase the volume, you begin to introduce a good amount of distortion as the single 45mm active driver starts to really push its limits. It's not horrible, but it's not the same audio quality you'll get out of a larger speaker at that same volume. For context, the UE Boom 4 has dual 40mm active drivers and dual passive radiators. The single driver, single passive radiator setup here means that at higher volumes, it has to do a lot more work, and you'll notice a dip in quality as a result. That means that this speaker isn't great for throwing a big party or for outdoor spaces where you'll be really far away. Where this speaker thrives though is in small single room environments like in an apartment or outdoors when you'll still be close by, like if you're laying on a towel at the beach and just want a little bit of music sitting by your side. If you ask it to do a lot more than that, it will actually get quite loud, and it will work a lot better than you may expect for a speaker this size, but it's not going to come close to a bigger speaker at the same volume. In many cases, I think of this like an alternative to your phone's built-in speaker. Now, phone speakers have gotten pretty darn good lately, but you know that if you blast your phone at full volume, it's not going to sound amazing. This sounds way better and will get louder, but will have similar problems at those higher volumes. To attempt to demonstrate, here is a comparison with a phone speaker alongside the MINIROLL and the larger UE Boom 4. Let me know what you hear. For usability, controlling the MINIROLL is very simple. There are 4 buttons on the device. On the side, the power button just requires a tap to turn on and off. This button has a status light to indicate power and charging states, including lighting up red when the 12-hour rechargeable battery is below 20%. Pressing and holding on the power button will enter Bluetooth pairing mode, which lets you connect to 1 or 2 devices at a time and has a range of 40 meters or 131 feet. Below the power button is a play-pause button. A simple press here will pause or resume your audio. Double tapping will skip a track forward, triple tapping will go back, and holding will enable multi-speaker functionality that's called Party Up. Now, importantly, the Party Up feature currently only works with other MINIROLL speakers, not with the rest of the UE lineup. That's because it uses a newer Bluetooth standard called Auracast. Now, this is a huge bummer for anyone who wanted to buy the MINIROLL as a more portable complement to their existing UE speakers and who might want to occasionally pair them for some added sound and flexibility. I certainly wish that I could pair it with my Boom 4, for example. But there's a bigger catch to understand as well. Auracast is theoretically an open industry-wide standard designed to let you stream audio to an unlimited number of devices, regardless of who makes them. However, rollout has been quite slow across brands. This speaker came out in 2024, and it's still the only UE speaker with the capability. Plus, compatibility has been getting artificially limited by manufacturers as well. In a perfect world, I should be able to pair this MINIROLL with the JBL Flip 7. In reality, the MINIROLL can only pair with another MINIROLL, and my Flip 7 can only pair with Auracast compatible JBL models. I definitely expect that in the future, once UE releases their next generation of speakers, like the Boom 5 and so on, they will all move to the Auracast standard and then should all work with the MINIROLL, fingers crossed. But the fact that I can't pair this with an Auracast-enabled JBL speaker, or vice versa, is already taking away from one of the core benefits of the standard in the first place. It is frustrating when walled garden strategies like this are used instead of providing choice and flexibility to you guys, the users, and I think that we all should call it out and support interoperability whenever possible. Another frustrating similar example to this would be Matter's smart home technology, which is supposed to be open across everything, but keeps getting pushed and delayed and changed. Finally, the last buttons on the front are the classic oversized volume buttons that UE puts on all of their products. Press or hold them to change the volume, and press both simultaneously to hear the current charge.
40% charge.
From a control perspective, that's it. Unlike many other UE speakers, there is no onboard microphones or no voice assistant or phone calls. There's also no mobile app available for any additional features. This means that you can't make changes to an EQ or take advantage of remotely turning your speaker on and off, which is one of my personal favorite features on the larger Boom 4. Overall, this is great for simplicity, but some people might miss those features that exist in other models. For pricing, the MINIROLL originally launched at a price of $80. More recently, the MSRP was actually permanently decreased, something that you very rarely see, down to $60, which makes it a very affordable speaker option. This is actually the first of many speakers that I'm reviewing in this sort of super small category. My previous speaker reviews almost entirely focused on what I would call more of a mid-sized portable speaker. I've got plans to review a whole bunch of popular models from JBL, Sony, Bose, and more. Here is a list of several of them to give you an idea of some of the different alternatives to the MINIROLL. Be sure to let me know which ones are highest up on your list of interest so that I know which one to review next. Now, as a recap, here are the differentiators and deal breakers. For the positives, this speaker is obviously small and portable. It is also remarkably powerful given the small size. The strap system doesn't seem super sophisticated at first glance, but I do think it's truly impressive, and the fact that it doubles as a method of reducing vibrations is also very clever. Finally, the durability of this speaker is pretty solid, with an IP67 rating and a drop-proof rating as well. For potential deal breakers, the sound does get pretty distorted at high volumes. The Auracast-based multi-speaker pairing is only compatible with other MINIROLLs, not with the rest of the UE lineup, which is a bummer. There is no app, which means no EQ adjustment if you're not a fan of the sound out of the box. And finally, there's no onboard microphone. Now, I have been a fan of the UE brand for many years at this point, and this is exactly what I would expect from the bottom of their lineup. Good sound in a small package at a relatively fair price. It was a really good starting point for me as I get into reviewing smaller speakers. If you decide that you'd like to pick one up, there's affiliate links in the video description that help to support the channel. Look out for more small speaker reviews coming soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.